Well, hey everybody, I'm John Redlin with my review of NWA Powerrr Episode 6. And oh boy, studio wrestling, so refreshing. I look forward to NWA Powerrr every single week. Are the shows the greatest things in the world? No, but they're meant to lock you in with these great promos and these, TV matches and just lock you into these feuds and build toward a big show like Into the Fire, their next pay-per-view is going to be happening in a few weeks. And I'm very, very excited for that. It's going to be $24.95. I believe they had some kind of deal where if you pre-order it on Fight TV, you get it for $19.99. I don't know if that's just for this week or for a couple weeks, so don't quote me on that. But I ordered the Crockett Cup pay-per-view back in April, and I was really excited for that. That was a lot of fun, well worth the $24.95 that I bought it for, and then some. And I'm 100% all in on buying this Into the Fire pay-per-view, and I hope that many of you are. But I'm just happy to see this brand succeed, and I hope it continues to rise up in success because there are so many hardworking people there. So, with this review, we start off with recaps of the Dawsons and Eddie Kingston and Homicide having their match, and then Wildcard Rock and Roll Express having their brawl. So that was nice. And then we have the Into the Fire, the great theme song. Absolutely love that goddamn theme song. It's so freaking catchy and really fires you up for the show. And then we have Jim Cornette and Joe Galli running down the lineup. And then we have Marquez interviewing Rock and Roll Express. And you want to talk about rich history of Jim Crockett Promotions tag team wrestling. I mean, there you go. Rock and Roll Express, they're still active. Ricky Morton's doing Canadian Destroyers and doing Suicide Dives. They're still able to perform at a high level. They performed at the Crockett Cup pay-per-view earlier this year. They performed in New Japan. They've, appeared on AEW programming. These guys are everywhere, and they're really just as good as they were even in their heyday. Yes, okay, obviously, they aren't as fast as they used to be, but they're smart. And they're able to do these moves properly. They're not doing matches like every single day or whatever, but it's just still great to see these guys performing, and it's just classic wrestling. They understand the game. They understand how to work the crowds, and they always have. And it's just nice to see this passionate promo doing so much, just showing so much energy and fire for this, and really, it's just great to see them back on NWA programming. Kingston and Homicide, they come out, they put over the Rock and Roll Express. They talk about how they're happy to have a tag title match against Wildcard later. Kingston and Homicide, that is, not the Rock and Roll Express, but maybe soon. Who knows? So we then have Caleb Conley versus Trevor Murdoch, and this is a typical back and forth match. Didn't last very long. Trevor using some good power. Caleb did come back with some stomps, but in the end, big bulldog by Trevor Murdoch, 1, 2, 3. Hopefully Trevor Murdoch is able to stick around in the NWA for a while. I'd like to see him get one last run. He really fits the NWA style. And it just has a really, really old school feel, but is pretty damn good in the ring. We then get recaps of Ricky Starks and Aaron Stevens, a whole 2 out of 3 falls thing where Starks beats Stevens 2 straight falls. And Aaron Stevens is out there with Joe Galli and says, well, you know what, I'm done. I'm done in the NWA. I'm done. I'm not going to wrestle anymore. And the crowd started to say, nah, hey, goodbye. I can't say that properly, but you know what I'm saying. And he's going back to Hollywood. Meaning we're going to see him show up next week, probably. So then we get Thunder Rosa and Marty Bell versus Crystal Rose and Brooklyn Creed. And in case you guys didn't know, yeah, I'm a big Thunder Rosa fan. Got to meet her at a Without a Cause show last October, last year. Absolutely incredible athlete. She has trained extremely hard, has worked really, really hard from her time in Lucha Underground to now. Big fan of Thunder Rosa. So happy for her success. She has earned it. She has, and not that other women haven't. I'm not trying to say that. There are so many women that are so hardworking. She is extremely hardworking. She's an inspiration, and she really is awesome. She really is. And she's really good in the ring also. See, that's the thing. You can be awesome. You can work really hard, but if you can't back it up, she can back it up. And that's great. And Marty Bell is no slouch either. And you have Crystal Rose and Brooklyn Creed. 2 women there basically used as enhancement talents. They had pseudo matching outfits, like as far as like how the gear looks, like one long pant leg and then one cut off. It was weird, but it was what it was. Thunder Rosa hitting some just really, really hard chops. Like it really sounded like they hurt. I mean, like they echoed throughout that entire studio. And she does end up with a double stomp and wins it 1, 2, 3. Marty Bell did get in some shots too here. I'm not trying to say it was like all Thunder Rosa, but it was nice to see this team being built. And then we have a promo with Marty Bell and Thunder Rosa Spanish, mostly Spanish. I do want to make mention, if you have not met Thunder Rosa, she actually is great with both languages. It's just, obviously, she just, has such passion with her words. Marty Bell also has such passion with her words. Translated for Thunder Rosa, some great stuff. Mentioned something about how she saw Phoenix and that Allison Kay got mentioned. And I assume this is going to build to Thunder Rosa against Allison Kay at the pay-per-view. Again, I haven't really paid attention to, I haven't, checked the wiki or checked anything as far as the pay-per-view build, because, or what the official card is. You know why? Because I'm just locked in on the goddamn thing, and also we're about a month away from the pay-per-view, so they still have time to hype this up. So this is good stuff, though. This is a great way to build your women's division, build up some feuds. I like it. I like it a lot. Who is the Mark? Well, we get to find out a little bit later. We get James Storm talking backstage after losing to Colt Boom Boom Cabana, and he feels he was robbed. But you know what? He doesn't want a rematch for the NWA National Championship. He wants to go right after Aldis. Then the Colt Cabana promo. Huge passion. Great stuff. Really fired up. He feels that he earned this championship. He did. Ricky Stark shows up. Seems like he wants a shot. I wouldn't mind seeing that at the pay-per-view. I think that'd be a lot of fun. And we get Dan Parker versus the Question Mark. Judging by the style and judging by how he looks under the mask, it could be Josephus. I don't know. I honestly don't know who the hell it is. I'm trying to learn more about the NWA, the current NWA roster. So if I don't know who it is, and if you do, please let me know in the comments who you think it is. Really wasn't all that much. Dan Parker got in a couple shots, but in the end, it was a Question Mark getting all this stuff over again, this weird, motion over and this kind of stuff, or this, or whatever. But he does this, throw chop thing and gets the win. Okay, cool. Whatever. They hyped up the stuff. Hey, it seemed to be over. Retromania video game ad. I love it. I cannot wait to get this game. It's going to be awesome. I don't even have a Switch, and I might actually ask my best friend if he wants to get it for the Switch, and I'll even pay him for it, and we could stream that and have a whole lot of fun. So then we get recaps of Thunder Rosa, getting in the cage, getting ready to have her first cage match. And apparently it's going to be a series of, weekly vignettes or weekly, video packages and stuff like that, and I'm all for it. That's going to show how hardworking she is, and I'm really, really happy for it. Happy to see her being featured, and happy for her. And I only saw bits and pieces of the fight. I was not able to order it. Unfortunately, I was busy at the time and working. But what I saw, she made everybody proud. One of the hardest working women in wrestling, at least that I'm following. Eli Drake, he's talking about, he just typical promo, trying to get under people's skin. Camille gets brought up, and it's not about the why, but the what. Mentions that he could get Camille to talk. It's kind of sexually implied is basically what it was, but the wild card shows up and says, "Stay out of our business." I don't know what this is about. We'll find out a little bit later. And then Ken Anderson shows up and is talking, scares Eli Drake, and I guess maybe we're going to get those guys in a match at some point. Billy Corgan talks about ticket sales, how ticket sales are going fast. Sign up for the email newsletter. Maybe you can get in on this stuff. If I didn't live so goddamn far away from where they were doing the tapings, I would do that, but it'd be a bit of a drive or a bit of a flight for me. But hopefully anybody in the area can get a chance to go to these tapings. They look like they're a lot of fun. We then get recaps of Tim Storm and Nick Aldis. Nick Aldis is going to be at ringside, for this tag title match. Wildcard versus Homicide and Kingston. Decent. It was what it was. Kingston's knee came into play after being beat up for a while. Homicide did get in. Kingston got back in, but his knee did end up affecting him. And the end, Royce Isaacs with a full Nelson Plex variation and got the 1, 2, 3. And then we instantly cut to Camille talking to Aldis, and then the music starts playing. Everybody's out there arguing. Wildcard's out there, Anderson's out there, James Storm is out there, the Dawsons are out there, everybody's out there. I think catering went out there. No, I'm kidding. It's just a whole bunch of wrestlers. We're getting this. Camille, is she going to speak? Is she going to blow the roof off the whole thing? Who the fuck knows? I'm interested, I'm definitely interested. And you want to hook me? That's fine. And really, you know, bell to bell, this is like a 42-minute show. And that's pretty good. It's digestible, easy to watch. And I enjoyed it. I'm going to say B. I'm giving these between a B- and a B because they're easy to watch and they keep me hooked. Even if it's not the greatest show on earth, it's keeping me hooked. It's making me want to see what's happening next week. And it's not insulting my intelligence with some of this stuff. I'm not saying I'm that intelligent of a person, clearly by the way I know about a few words, and that's really about it. But it's just a fact, as a wrestling fan, it just hooks me, and it's easy. Anyway, do you agree, disagree with what I said? Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Retlin, and I'll see you soon.